Yeah, a great win for our team. I think a lot of times, the games like this are ones that you'll travel with you. For us to be dealing with the adversity, I thought it was a really well played game by both teams. I thought Stanford, they were prepared. I thought their coaches, great coaches. They got nice staff. A lot of Long Island kids, so the game was personal to them. For us though to be down 2 goals in the fourth quarter, to be able to deal with the adversity we did, having to make a stop at the end of regulation, turning it over, being able to maybe get a last second chance and subsequently taking a card and being man down, entering overtime. Then for us to cause the 10, to put it, you'll be able to execute a 10-man ride against 12 people successfully in overtime, and then to get the game winner man down. It just speaks volumes of character of our locker room and our players, and really proud of our staff and these guys. Our players they stepped up in a big way, and great crowd today. It was obviously off from school this week, and it was we had an enormous crowd. Obviously a lot of fans for our players, and it was a great show our kids put on. Both teams put on for a beautiful day with a monster crowd. Yeah, I mean, we're a veteran squad, and there's times when we could have went away, and down too late, it's really hard, right? And I think even the way we executed the turnover in overtime, it's really hard to do when you're even, let alone when you're down a man. When we actually turned them over twice, we put the ball on the floor the first time, got it, and it's a rough call from a long ways away. With another official right on top of the call. But again, you got to deal with that, right? So, we, instead of pouting about it, we basically reset ourselves, got back into the ride there that we were in, that full press, and able to cause an enormous turnover in overtime with Ellie and Cap chasing them around. The other players doing a nice job of locking off the options for that girl to be able to pass out of. And then we had the chance to go early, but you can't go early because if you miss there, you're still down a man. So we took the shot clock down as low as we could, and tried to stretch out some seams. I thought we had some looks through the middle there. They were the way they were running their defense. They had their backer or their rover kind of mirroring where Ellie was in the offense. So we tried to pull Ellie out of there, which opened up a big hole down the middle. And to Jaden's credit, she's had that look in a bunch of different games, and she's had a hard time with it. And I thought that time she had really good stick protection, and then hit a perfect shot against a goalie that was. The ball was big for that goalie today. She played a hell of a game, and we had hit a perfect shot in overtime. We did it.
And Jaden, you obviously big shot. Can you take me through that play and how were you able to find that look?
I think it all started with the hype from Ellie turning over the ball first, and then Cap turning it over. I think just the hype that. When I saw the opening, that we all got it, everyone settled, and when I saw the opportunity, I was like, oh, can't waste this. and I shot it, but I think the hype from all the plays prior just set me up perfectly, and I have to give the credit to my teammates first. And
she did a good job creating an angle, so she didn't go straight in, which allowed one player. She kind of went in on a little bit of an angle. I believe it was lefty too, right?
It was
yeah.
lefty.
So, where the seam she went in, she was kind of got the goalie to lean a little bit, and then she was able to put that thing low and away. So it was a hard shot. I know she made it look pretty easy, and it was just perfect location and a good spot.
And Ellie, can you take me through both that turnover and how you were able to find Jaden on that final play?
I think I have so much trust. So when I had Kat next to me on the ride, I knew that Coach said it in the huddle. He was like, "We're gonna get this ball back and we're gonna score. I don't care if they have the ball. I don't care if they're man up. We're gonna get this ball back. We're gonna score." So having Kat next to me, I knew that I was good for the turnover there. And then they got the ball back. And then obviously I have Kat, trust her with my life. So she was gonna turn the ball over. She picked it up, couldn't push transition, and then I trust Jaden in the middle. So I'm gonna feed that ball every time.
Could you give me your perspective on that turnover in that final minute or so?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing about this team is everyone's always got your back. So, you know who's beside you, and you do whatever you can to make a play. And like Ellie said, I think we did a good job working together, and then of course everyone else on the field locking up. So everyone played a huge role in that play.
It's a really fast player with the ball in their team. So what these guys did, we wanted to go speed on speed. We locked everybody else off. We actually had our goalie out, which again, sometimes you gotta kind of push all your chips to the middle, right? So we pulled the goalie out of the cage. She was locked on a player. We left a further player away from the ball wide open. And we just kind of felt like they were going to try to clear with their legs. So we came out and, with a full press with two of our, these two work really well together. So we felt like, they would be able to, she's a lefty, the person clearing the ball was a lefty. So they got her to actually go right. And then they turned her back. Her stick protection was, so they did a really, I'll be honest with you, it's not something we practice a lot, those double team situations like that with so much space. Cause it's not often you're able to turn it over like that. So these guys they were really patient with each other and kind of trying to bait her into the middle, which caused her to roll back. And like I said, we turned them over twice in that sequence, which these guys did a heck of a job with that.
And Jaden, you had only taken one shot. So how were you able to stay ready when it mattered most?
I just think even from like an outside, like even just watching everyone on the field giving it their all and everything, I knew when the opportunity came for me, even if I'm like the person that passed the ball and stuff, when the opportunity came, I just knew that I needed to put it away, even if it was my first and only shot. Second.
It's bad coaching. You only took one shot. Could have been out of here about 2 hours ago.
And Coach, you were about a month ago. You guys had back-to-back losses, and since then you guys have won 10 straight in the regular season. So what did that say about the team?
Well, I think we don't lose a lot here, so we have a great team. We do. Honestly, we didn't play great today. But I think you don't always play great to have learning experiences. I thought today was probably more valuable than us playing a perfect game. I think it's important when you're in those situations in the NCAA tournament that you're battle tested. I think a game like today makes us battle tested. Believe in our players. Believe in our staff. I think our staff does a good job there. I think we're dealing with a lot of injuries. We had one of our top midfielders was out for the day. We got Claire Levy back, which Claire's one of the best players in the country, period. So we got her back on a little bit of a pitch count. So getting her back was great because I know there was a lot of speculation on when she would get back. And so we added a great player back into our lineup today. Again, I don't think we've done anything. Those two losses were an anomaly. I think we'd love to have both of those games back, but that's not the way sports work. So, but we had a game in Syracuse down 2 in the fourth quarter, came back and won. You had a game today down 2 in the fourth quarter, came back and won. And, and then we had those losses where, Denver, the game we lost in the last 4 seconds on a fluky play. And it's sports. There's a team on the other side that's trying really hard and it's going to do a thing. So I think what these guys do, they make something that's really hard look really easy. And I think it's taken for granted a little bit sometimes. Not by me, but just in general, just because they've been such a gold standard. The golds in this at Stony Brook, I would say they probably set the tone, and I'm proud of it. It's it's not all sunshine and rainbows when you put in these kind of games, and for our players to deal with it and just to step up like that. Even Jaden, have the guts to take that dodge when she hasn't taken a shot the whole game, and for these guys to make those. You talk about Ellie Masera, like. Ellie for Tuarden, it's not just scoring goals and assists. It's causing an enormous turnover in overtime, down a man. It's the draw controls. It's the things that are probably a little less noticed than her goal song that will echo in people's ears for years to come, like Kylie O'Miller. So, these are all things that you want as a head coach. You want your players battle tested. And, if we're in the NCAA tournament, we're down 2 in the fourth quarter, we've been there. Now, is it always like that? Do you want to be down 2 in the fourth quarter? Probably not. But it's good for our coaches too. We got to be able to coach out of those situations, right? We got to be able to, I got a gun in my head in the fourth quarter. I got to make a play, right? I got to be able to provide our structure for our players. We got to be able to say we're going 10-man in overtime. You got to just. Those are things that go beyond just a flat win, right? It's something. And we've been in a lot of competitive games lately, so. For our players to be able to be in this situation today, and in front of I mean, how great are our fans? Our fans, it was what an atmosphere today. Like all those little girls there, these guys were probably just like them previously. And, I think these guys have provided young kids, players on Long Island, girls on Long Island with something to aspire to be. And these guys have made it cool to be able to come to a place like this and dominate.
And it's pretty good home crowd today. Just have to find an important spot. And you guys are obviously going to be hosting the playoffs. So what does that mean?
It's great. I mean, we're really good at home. So I think people having to come here and play in our place, and for us to be in our place, in our vibe, I think that's great. But for us, it's about winning Thursday. And when I said this to our players in the locker room, it's different time of the year. Regular season's over. Everybody's 0-0. Now it's win one, earn one time of the year. You got to win one, you earn another game. We win Thursday, we get Saturday, right? You lose Thursday, now you got to wait and pray to whatever, Jesus or whoever, that you're going to get in the NCAA tournament. I don't like trusting anybody. I don't operate that way. So we're going to win, do whatever we got to do to win Thursday, and then we're going to earn another game on Saturday. And we're going to do whatever we got to do to win on Saturday, and then we're going to sit around Sunday nights and relax, knowing that we're already got a spot in the bracket, and and then we got to just go, and somebody's going to draw us, and they're going to be probably pissed, and we're going to go there and win games, and that's what we got to do. It's win one, earn one. Believe in our players, coaches, fans. We travel well, and but we get to play, guaranteed another game in our place, which is a place that we've been really, really good at.
Thank you.
Thank you.